Today, our Keynote program is Angel Charity for Children. Angel Charity was founded in 1983, and the organization is comprised of 150 women volunteers. Since its inception, Angel Charity has provided over $28 million in support for 1 million children in the Tucson community. Today's keynote speakers are Angel Charity members Margaret Larsen and Adriana Rincon. Margaret Larsen serves as a guardian angel and is a past general chairman of the Angel Board of Directors. Margaret has been active in the nonprofit community for many years, helping with the Gregory School, where we host our Tucson Classics Car Show, Social Venture Partners, and the Silver and Turquoise Annual Gala. As you know, her husband is fellow Rotarian George Larsen, and they are both familiar faces all around the Rotary Club of Tucson. Adriana Rincon is a 10-year member of Angel Charity, and this year she is serving as the general chair for the organization. Adriana is a proud native Tucsonan, and service is also in the fabric of Adriana Rincon. In addition to Angel Charity, she's been involved with Tunadito, the National Charity League, and many other organizations. She's married to husband Jose Rincon, and they've been married for more than 30 years. I'm proud to call Jose and Adriana good friends, and I'm especially proud of the tireless work both Jose and Adriana have done to make Tucson the community that it is today. So fellow Rotarians and guests, please give a warm Rotary welcome to Margaret Larsen and Adriana Rincon.
Thanks, President Bob. Way back in the 20th century, I was a young professional just beginning to get interested in philanthropy. I had been arrested by a local charity and required to spend half a day going through my Rolodex trying to make bail so I could get out of being locked up. It all seemed kind of silly. Shortly afterward, I was invited to a tea to learn about Angel Charity. It was at the fanciest house I had ever seen, and I felt totally out of my league. All the ladies seemed to be very fancy, wearing St. John knit suits, and here I was very embarrassed in my floral knickerbocker, my floral culotte pants, my flip-flops, and my floppy hat. I was really embarrassed. But then Louise Thomas began to speak. She's the founder of Angel Charity. She began to speak about her 9-year-old son and how she had started Angel Charity after he died to make sure that his life made a difference. She began to softly cry as she told the story of Angel Charity, and I began to blubber. When she told about how Angel Charity made a difference in the lives of real kids in our community, I knew that I was going to join. St. John be damned. Now, almost 25 years later, I happily volunteer every day for Angel Charity. My husband laughs that I work harder than he does and wishes that I got paid. The mission of Angel Charity is to improve the lives of children in Pima County. Each year, we fund one or more children's charities. We've raised $28 million over the last 38 years to benefit over 1 million children. And we're proud to say that over 99% of those organizations are still serving children today. Angel Charity consists of 150 members, each of whom is a donor, a fundraiser, and a volunteer for the organization. You might notice on the slide that we are all women now. We'd love to have some men join, but rumor is we scare them off. Most angels are college-educated professionals who are business owners, doctors, lawyers, teachers, accountants, bankers, and realtors. We pride ourselves in not having any employees or an executive director, so our administrative costs are very low, but our volunteer commitment is high. Every year, we select an enthusiastic chair and vice chair to lead our organization. I'm one of our guardian angels, helping to manage the organization every year. Every year, we request applications from any charity in Pima County that serves children. About 100 come every year to learn about our application process. We have a committee of 30 dedicated angels who spend 2 full weeks reviewing these very detailed applications. We look at each organization to determine the strength of their staff, their board, and their financials. We then closely analyze their request to make sure that it meets an important need in our community. After that analysis, up to 40 organizations are invited to give a 30-minute presentation to our committee. We then narrow the applications down and take a bus tour of our semifinalists. The finalists are then chosen to present to our entire membership, who then votes on who we want to raise money for that year. Then we raise money all year for that organization. We pride ourselves in serving the right charity at the right time. 88% of our past funding has gone for real estate, for mortgage retirement, expansion, acquisition, or renovation. And the other 12% has been to fund programs or projects. Now, Adriana Rincon is going to tell you a little bit about our beneficiaries for this year.
Thank you, Margaret. This year, as General Chair, I am responsible for leading Angel Charity. We have chosen to set some really large goals, one of the highest ever. This year, in this current climate, it's even bigger. I plan to meet it because of the incredible beneficiaries that we have this year. Let me tell you about them. Intermountain Center for Human Development is the go-to organization for difficult-to-serve youth. These children are emotionally and/or behaviorally challenged. We are funding debt retirement on their almost 60,000 square foot building west of the freeway downtown. I met Marisela when Intermountain applied for funding back in January. Marisela and her kids, Camila, 9, and Gabriela, 6, were looking for help and hope, and they found it at Intermountain. When Camila was only 1 year old, she began banging her head and injuring herself and her mother. When Marisela took her to the pediatrician looking for answers, the doctor asked if Marisela was a victim of domestic violence because Marisela was bruised from the injuries her infant had given her. Camila was diagnosed with autism at age 4. Marisela's husband couldn't handle the stress and left the family. When she found Intermountain, in her words, she had found the golden ticket. 6 months ago, Gabriel, her younger son, was diagnosed with ADHD, developmental delays, and autism. Marisela is grateful that he is also receiving services from Intermountain. This is Marisela's favorite picture of her children because it shows the progress that her children have made at Intermountain. This photo at the beach and in water would not have been possible before Intermountain because of the children's sensory issues and because of Camila is a runner. These kinds of success stories are everywhere at Intermountain. We also have a World of Play Adventure Zoo at the REID Park Zoo. It will be an area full of activities for children to learn and play. Our local zoo will be the only place in the United States to have an Arctic cave, an ice cave representing the Antarctic area. We'll have tree tops to simulate the Amazon forest. We'll have nets and climbing ramps for representing the American redwood forest. This project will benefit all our children and families in Pima County. Children from all walks of life will come and get to enjoy and play and explore in this innovative play area. I love the idea that someday I will be able to bring my future grandchildren to enjoy this Tucson Midtown gem. In addition to Intermountain and the REID Park Zoo, Angel Charity is also funding 5 small project grants. Literacy Connects is receiving $50,000 from Angel Charity to support a digital arts after-school and summer program for disadvantaged middle school students. You all know Literacy Connects because it's the home of the Reading Seat, which the Rotary supports. Boys to Men will receive $10,000 to recruit men to mentor at-risk boys at group meetings in their middle school and high schools. Jewish Family Children Services will receive $20,020 to renovate and furnish a group therapy room for kids that have experienced trauma. Amanda Hope Rainbow Angels will receive $65,000 to support a play therapist for pediatric cancer patients at Diamond Children's Medical Center. This year, we are also funding Make Way for Books. We are granting them $50,000 to support a 2-generation family literacy program. 5 years ago, we funded them $700,000 to allow them to purchase a building of their own. This grandmother, Sonali, lives in a trailer park. She and her granddaughter receive services from Make Way for Books. Sonali loves it that every week they get to take home 5 books. Her granddaughter is learning to read and to take care of her books by treating them gently and not eating while they're reading. Every week she can exchange them for 5 new books.
I used to close with this slide, but then I realized these kids don't look like the kids that Angel Charity serves. They look like your kids or our kids and grandkids. These are the children that are served by children's clinics. Last year, Angel raised $700,000 for them to renovate their building, which is behind Tucson Medical Center. Children's clinics is a place where families take their children with very high medical needs so that they can see multiple doctors in one day instead of driving all over town or taking the bus and going to multiple doctors' offices on different days. I met this little girl and her mom at children's clinics. Molly has a brain malformation and cerebral palsy. Her mom told me about her dream to have Molly walk her down the aisle at her wedding. But Molly couldn't walk. So Molly spent a year getting rehab therapy at children's clinics. They gave her an assisted walking device and orthotics. Molly and her mom went walking every week for a year at Walmart. Molly was able to walk her mom down the aisle, and this photo is the view that their Prince Charming saw of his bride and new daughter. Maybe he's the hero in this story. But what I love most is this photo of Molly giving a little fist bump because she was so excited to be able to walk her mom down the aisle.
I am a local gal. I have long and deep roots here in Tucson. I grew up on the west side. I went to school, elementary school in South Tucson before being bused, part of the desegregation, and I was bused to the east side before I returned to finish high school on the west side. My mother was a school teacher, a retired principal. My father served on the city council for several years. I thought I knew Tucson. My family has always been very civic-minded and community involved. Until I joined Angel, I didn't realize what I didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. The needs in Tucson are great, but what's incredibly amazing is the generosity of our community. This type of impact is what keeps me going year after year. This is my 10th year with Angel Charity, and I love being a collective group that when we come together, we can help organize our community to step up and support an incredible agency or agencies every year. Angel really does work miracles in our local community. I'd like to thank the Rotary Club of Tucson for this opportunity. Thank you for letting Margaret and I share about Angel Charity. We have served our community and over 1 million children for 38 years, and we will continue to do so. Thank you.